So it's been no surprise that entertainment recently in the last couple of years has just been, man, it's been rough. It's really kind of tough to try and get into a lot of the stuff that's been coming out. But one show that I have absolutely loved every single season since I finally watched it is the sequel series to something that I grew up watching, which is the sequel to the Karate Kid series, Cobra Kai. And, we've got some great but yet bittersweet news as far as Cobra Kai is concerned for the 6th season. So let's take a look at this. Coming directly from, the Cobra Kai Twitter account, we have a letter that is giving us the news as far as it's concerned to know whether or not we're getting a 6th season. Now, I did a review on season 3, and I should have done a review on each of the seasons as they came out, but, life got ahead of me, but still, I still watched them, loved them, enjoyed them. And I'm a big fan of the original Karate Kid series. It is one of the, set of movies that actually, in addition to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that pushed me into martial arts when I was younger, because I had to deal with bullies growing up. And Karate Kid was one of those movies that, if you were being bullied growing up, especially when you moved from one state to another or another town to another, you were treated like garbage by people, who, for whatever reason, they would treat you garbage because what you looked like, what you were into. I was obviously a geek and a nerd growing up, and the Karate Kid was just kind of like such a positive message as far as movies is concerned. And then Cobra Kai comes out, and it's the sequel series, and it kind of turns things on its head a little bit. But at the same time, it was just such an enjoyable series every single season, even with its corny moments, even with some of the, obvious, it's not, you really can't let your kids watch it because of the language, but it's still been a great show overall. So here we have the, this letter coming out, whether or not we're getting a season 6, because season 5, they really they pulled out all the stops for it, and I'm wondering where they're going to go with this final season. But anyway, so it says, "Paradise at last, we made it." Lucille LaRusso said that. When Daniel LaRusso arrived in the Valley with his mother in 1984, little did he know that his life was about to be forever changed. The same went for 3 young kids from New Jersey who hadn't yet met one another. Daniel's journey from bullied teen to underdog hero became an indelible part of our childhoods. Yep, same here for me, moving from New York to New Jersey. Moving from one town in New Jersey to another, and something that we would always carry with us in our hearts. Absolutely. Reacquainting the world with the Karate Kid universe has been our humble honor. Making Cobra Kai has allowed us to join the same hollow dojo once inhabited by the great Robert Mark Kamen, John Avildsen, Jerry Weintraub, and all the amazing original cast members. It has also enabled us to play Sensei, expanding the original storylines and birthing a new generation of underdogs. We've never once taken this opportunity for granted. Our day, one goal with Cobra Kai has always been to end it on our terms, leaving the Valley in the time and place we've always imagined. So it was with immense pride and thankfulness that we're able to announce that achievement. The upcoming 6th season will mark the conclusion of Cobra Kai. While this may be bittersweet for the fandom, the Miyagi-verse has never been stronger. The fandom is the best on the planet, and we hope to be telling more Karate Kid stories with you down the line, because we all know Cobra Kai never dies. In the meantime, strap in for the biggest season of Cobra Kai yet, and yet today be a celebration of all that's come, as well as all that's still left to be told. We couldn't do it without you. We made it. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Josh Hale, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that, but this is great news that we are getting a season 6, because the way season 5 ended was enough of a cliffhanger that if they didn't make a season 6, that it would have been an ending, but it was definitely open. This sounds to me like, yeah, they're finally going to put that end cap onto the series in the way that they've wanted to do it. And I'm actually really glad about that because, they're not going beyond, because I honestly think the show never really got stale, in my opinion. It had its ups and downs in certain episodes, moments where you're just like, I don't understand where it's going with this. But then 2 episodes later, you're like, oh, I see where they were going with it. And it actually really reached and resonated with a lot of people, with both the older cast and the newer cast. And you know something? I think about this particular show and how it expanded upon the Karate Kid universe in a way that other franchises should be doing. When you're expanding and you're making a sequel series to something that is beloved like the Karate Kid, you should treat the source material with absolute care. Cobra Kai did that. They treated the original series with care. They loved the original Karate Kid movies, and they treated the original Karate Kid movies like they were gold, because they were, right? Karate Kid 3 had its ups and downs, but season 5 did such a great job of bringing Karate Kid 3's things into the modern day, actually having who's Amanda's cousin, right, is the girl from Karate Kid 3, which was a really great, connection there. And I absolutely loved how they did that. I loved the new cast members. Yeah, okay, some people don't like Samantha LaRusso. I actually dig her character, to be quite honest with you, because she is an overcomer in a lot of ways. And I also like the actress. Yeah, there are certain times where every single character has their moment where they have their ups, they have their downs, and they overcome their obstacles in a lot of ways, especially the characters who are not really bad. They're just kind of more gray, so to speak. And I love the the whole idea that they're bringing with this show is that you're bringing all of the main, I guess you could say, villains of the Karate Kid movies into this, having Johnny, Chosen, and Mike Barnes all together in season 5 was awesome. It was just awesome. So, and then of course Terry Silver taking over, bringing in who was the person who actually founded Cobra Kai, a family member from that, was a really cool way of doing it. And also the whole, I think that what we're going to see with season 6 is the world tournament. And that was really exciting to me. I'm you can't just tease that in season 5 and not have it go anywhere. So season 6 is going to have to do something along those lines. And I'm really curious. And there's a lot to speculate, so much to speculate, because this show has been such a positive show in so many ways. There are moments literally where I cried. I'm not gonna lie. There were little moments where I cried because when you for those of you who are aware, here I am. I'm sitting in Florida. I moved from New Jersey, and I had to, I literally felt like I was losing everything underneath me. With a wife and 2 kids, so during that same time, these seasons of Cobra Kai were coming out, and it was there was such positivity, knowing that okay, you could be an underdog, everybody looks at you, you guys know I'm a RodimusPrimal fan, right? So I look at that character as an underdog type of character, in my opinion, because so many people put him under, and I see the same thing out of Daniel LaRusso, out of Sam LaRusso, and so many of the other characters as well, in this show. So it's it's that same wavelength to me that has resonated so well, and I'm hoping that this show doesn't I don't feel like Netflix is going to tell them what to do with the show. It's just going to be, they make it the way that they need to make it. They make the good show that we want to see, and it ends on such a good note that we're this is great. And who knows, because from what we understand, there's rumors going around that, a Karate Kid 4 a modern day Karate Kid movie could be made, because there's like how that they've brought everything together here. And I'm also curious about whether or not we're going to see the next Karate Kid get brought into this continuity, or whether or not it doesn't exist. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm excited about it. I'm hope that this brings some positive news when so many other things in the world are going down the crapper. And so, of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I've got more coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.